So, um, I'm not sure how to start this video, so I'm gonna, start with an introduction. My name is Shu, and I have been in love with Cocoa Cookie since 2015. I downloaded Line Cookie Run way back when at my sister's recommendation when I was in university, and I fell in love with Cocoa Cookie. She was beautiful and lovely, and her little squeaks were just the cutest thing, and her little marshmallow hat. Cocoa Cookie is lovely. I was not expecting her to be good in Gittle Battle at all, but I had tried her because I tried almost every single defense and charge character to see what tank would be the best. And then I came across Cocoa Cookie because I was looking to see if there was a tank that could heal and push at the same time, and that was Cocoa Cookie, and she worked great, and I was really excited because my favorite cookie would finally be meta again, and that was really exciting because my third favorite cookie, Macaron, just got added to the game, and so my two babies in one team, beautiful, so happy. But earlier today I was just joking around in one of my old guilds, and we were talking about Milk Cookie and how he was done dirty despite getting a magic candy. And so I jokingly put Milk in place of Cocoa Cookie, and I thought I had tested it already. I thought it did not work. I guess I just did not have enough damage res on him or something, but I had taken those off while doing the other testing, so I put them back on him. And you can probably tell because I'm making this video, he is in fact better for damage than Cocoa Cookie. And I don't mean he does more damage, I mean he helps Werewolf do more damage. And I will explain it in a second. So first of all, let's look at the damage breakdown. You'll see, just keep these numbers in mind. So Coco does about 1 million, Werewolf does about 61 million or 62 million, Macaron and Cotton do about 5 million, and Squid Ink does about 27 million. We'll keep that in mind. You'll see that Coco does a fair amount of healing, not the most, but it helps. So now we're gonna go and see the milk comp. So only thing you really need to care about for Milk Cookie is damage res. He does not do damage, so if you want anything else, you can do cooldown, but I don't even think that's necessary. Just focus on stacking some amount of damage res. Then I was watching Hyrule's stream last night, and I saw that he had switched over to crit toppings for Werewolf. When I tried it with Cocoa Cookie, I didn't really see that much of a damage difference, so I had kept attack for a while, and I also tried attack speed. As you can see, they both did about the same, surprisingly, but when I tested with Milk, the crit toppings for some reason does much better compared to before, and I don't know why, but it does, and I'm not gonna question it. The math checks out, though. Macaron is above 24 CD, and I changed this around because I was doing other build testing as well. Particularly, there was an avatar comp that I'm not going to make a tutorial for because it did not work well for me, but I increased her damage res, and That was really what I was concentrating on. You know, some amplified buff and crit. And then Squid Ink, again, it's cooldown and attack speed, nothing else really matters. You can get attack and crit, damage res isn't really necessary. And then Cotton, you want a lot of damage res and you want a lot of cooldown. And the reason you want a lot of damage res on Cotton, I did not mention this before, but it's because you want her sheep to survive. If you just have a lot of cooldown, like 24.4 or whatever you need for doing dragon, then you will not be able to keep the sheep alive at higher levels. So you want that damage res. So I'm going to go to oh right, I should mention, in case you didn't watch the previous video, but Werewolf needs Magic Candy 10. Mine is now 22, and I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. Milk, you do need his Magic Candy, but you do not need it to be level 10. Just level 1 is enough. I will explain why. It's that his healing and debuff resist are what keep him alive. They're very important. I have leveled it to level 10, even though it's garbage because his damage is terrible, awful. But the reason I had him at level 10 is because he's actually my second favorite cookie. I did mention 1 is Cocoa Cookie, 3 is Macaron, 2 is Milk Cookie, and therefore I'm okay with sharing this build. If it was any other cookie, I might have just cried and just been like, I'm gonna keep with Cocoa Cookie, but Milk is cute. He's wholesome. I love him. So we will show the build because there's actually something else. Is that he has Taunt. His taunt doesn't go away with the Magic Candy, and this is the other important part. You will see when I do the practice run, Werewolf does not get nearly as many stacks of the attack down debuff, specifically because Milk is taunting. And he's taunting about half of the time. And so if you get more cooldown on him, he'll taunt even more of that time. And of course that's when he's not being chewed, so it's not that much of the uptime, which is why I didn't bother investing in cooldown myself. But if you're min-maxing, it's something to look at. So I'm gonna do the practice run now. It's Macaron and Cotton and Squid. Then Werewolf. And just let Milk go on his own. You can quick cast. I don't really recommend it so much with Coco because you're gonna mess up her push if you quick cast her at the wrong time. Because she will automatically do her skill if she's close enough to the mob. If you quick cast her too soon, she will spin without actually pushing the cookies or the mobs. As you can see, the speed down debuffs are usually on Milk. Yep, there we go, 2 and 3. There's another one. Better. I'm sorry, Cocoa Cookie. So I'll show you the damage breakdown. You'll see that indeed milk does not do any damage. It's no good there. But do you remember what werewolf was? He was about 63 million. And this is not 63 million at all. Now is it? 77. And both Macaron and Cotton also did about 1 million more damage, and so did Squid. And if you look at the healing, it's not really that much, but trust me, it helps him stay alive. And so that's why you want his, that's another reason you want his candy to be level 1 at least, but you don't bother leveling it any higher. And then all of that healing of course goes to himself, and that's why it's so low, is that if he's at full, he doesn't need healing, so he only heals himself when he's not full, and if he had his shield depleted, which isn't too often, but it's really important at the last stages where you have like 20 or 30 of the Liko mobs. I think that's all I have to say about this build, so good luck if you try it, and that's it. I'll end the video now.